Hey, Snack Pack. Happy Snack Chat Sunday. How's everybody doing? If you don't know who I am and you just happen to fall into this live stream, I'm Allison and this is Travel Snacks. Welcome. Um, Let me put my glasses on. Hey, Marianne and Grant. Thank you, Grant, for being here and being an awesome moderator. If I miss any questions, Grant can certainly answer them. And if anyone gets a little rowdy, Grant's going to put him in a timeout or block. Hi, Rebecca. How are you? How's everybody doing on this fine Sunday? It's actually chilly. Now, I'm in San Diego, and chilly here is not chilly probably anywhere else. So I'm not used to it, but I have a couple blankets on, and it's kind of chilly out. So how's it been? How's it wherever everyone else is? Is it snowing? Is it cold? I feel like it's getting colder sooner or like colder than normal at this time maybe in California. So I'm feeling like it's going to be a doozy of a winter, and I could be wrong, but I don't know. Also, if you're already on this live stream, make sure you put a like on it. Hey, Chloe from Texas. Awesome. Hey, Julie, Michelle. Happy Day Tulip from Ireland. Oh, I love Ireland. So pretty. Welcome. Hey, Chelsea. You have cold and yucky in DC. Oh no. Grant's got a balmy negative too. I know every time somebody says like a negative number, I just don't understand how people are doing that. It's just too cold. Hey, Stuart from Australia, down under here to raining here Monday. Okay. Hey, Charles from Tennessee, and Bella, cold and rainy in the Bay Area. Hey, where's my chicken? It's 37 in Chicago. Whew. Hey, Sherry from Washington. Awesome. Hey, Doofus Adventures from Temecula. Awesome. Raining. Oh, Travel Grandma meetup tomorrow. Oh, cool. Super cool. Hey, the Dirty Knobs. Master Snacker. Hey, Cynthia from Cleveland, Ohio. It's miserable. Oh no. Hey, Huron Gonzalez from New Jersey. Awesome. Mama Mert's in the house. Hey, how are you? Hello. Michelle says it's 48. I wonder what's the temperature today, because it's been raining all day. But I never checked the weather. It's 57. So, no. When I say it's cold, to me that's feels chilly, but I'm reading some of these other ones like 30 degrees, 20 degrees, negative degrees. It's really not that cold. Hey, Hat Down Tight from, is that Baden or Baden, North Carolina? Hey, Felix Cat. Dirty Knobs has 50 in California. That is 50 in California is Arctic weather. Yes, that's facts. Hey, Yvonne is in the house. Two sisters in a cocktail. Ooh. Oh, he's 48 up there. Oh boy. Yeah, we got rain here in San Diego as well. Doofus Adventures. I just went in a nice car ride. Ooh, that's nice. Hey, Charlotte, how are you? Oh, thank you so much. Hey, Big Rick. Hello, how are you? It's cold and wet here in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Oh boy. Hey, Quirky, how are you? It's funny because I've noticed that almost everybody has rain. Is it like the day of rain? Is today the day of rain across the whole US and even Canada? I don't know. Hey, Kenny from East Texas. Awesome. Hey, Kurt. You have the air conditioner in Florida. Oh my goodness. So maybe you're not getting rain there. Hey, Thomas from Northern New York State. It's snowing. Oh my gosh. No. I'm not quite ready for the snow yet. I'm starting to get my van like winterized, and I'll be making a video about that probably in a few weeks because I have a bunch of other videos ahead of that. But I'm really trying to prepare so that I have everything I need. So let's see here. Corky says all week it's gloomy in Raleigh. Okay. Hey, Simply C from Texas. Okay, so Grant's asking where in San Diego am I? So I just got here to San Diego on Friday, and I came to my friend's house, Angel. She lives in the San Diego area, and uh, once I leave California, I'm gonna be gone for a while, for a few months at least, I think. I don't know. Things could change, but so I wanted to come back to San Diego. I wanted to see her and then a couple other of my friends out here. Plus, I need my hair done. My roots have grown all the way pretty much out. It's looking pretty rough, and so this is kind of like my last opportunity to get my hair done before I embark on my next journey. So I am at my friend Angel's house right now, and yeah, so I've just been. Uh, she and I just hung out on Friday, and then yesterday we kind of just did like a little friends Christmas thing where we just ordered in food and watched Christmas movies, and it was really nice. So that's basically what I'm doing, and then I'm leaving tonight um, to. I mean, I'll still be in San Diego, but I'm just going to be kind of hovering around San Diego for the next couple days, and then I go back to my parents' house on Wednesday. So that's basically what I'm doing here in the San Diego's. Chicago, we won't see nice weather for 6 months. Dang. Thomas says we only got an inch or so. Okay, okay. Sherry says we have clouds but no rain. It is 35. It has been 15 and snowing. Whew. Nature Trails says hello. Hey, Nature Trails. Doofus Adventures. I grew up in Mission Hills. Oh, cool. Hey, HCJ. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Michelle. I sub to both of your channels. Awesome. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much. Hey, Libby. How are you? Felix Cat, San Diego here too. Oh, awesome. Hope you are enjoying the rain. I'm not. I love rain, but today, I don't know. I think it's just because I actually feel cold. Um, I don't know what it is. I think it's because I'm in my friend's house and she doesn't like have the heater on or anything. Um, and I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, put your heater on," because it's not probably that cold, but to me, it just feels a little chilly. But usually, I like a good rain, and I'll be going back into my van tonight, so I'll just kick up my heater. So I think it'll be totally fine. Michigan is getting cold. I bet. Got snow the day before yesterday. Oh my goodness. Hey, Cheryl, how are you? Um, Thomas says, thanks for moderating Two Sisters and Grant. Awesome, awesome. Yes, we do have the best moderator in Grant, and Ivana is also a moderator, but Grant is the main one that does all the heavy lifting. Got snow the 1st of November and it hasn't left. Holy moly. Watch your other channel earlier. Awesome. Come up to O'Neill tomorrow. Where's O'Neill? I don't know where that is. Yeah, so basically that's I kind of just told you what I'm doing. I'm just kind of trying to wrap up a few things while I'm in California because I'm kind of just hovering around like prior to getting here on Friday, I was in the Temecula area to like Temecula Murrieta. I just hung out there for a couple nights. Um and then I came to San Diego and I'll be here for a few nights. Then I go back to my parents' house and I am just like wrapping up a few things, doing a few things to my van, like just basic little fixes, nothing major. And my family's having a holiday get together next week. So the whole family's coming in for that, and we're having a party. It's like a Thanksgiving, Christmas slash birthdays for my parents. So it's going to be like an all-encompassing party. So I'm kind of just in Southern California until that happens, and then after that, I'm gonna go get like my tires rotated and just make sure that I got my water filled up and everything laid out for the winter in my van, just like a really good prep. And then I'm going to take off probably on, let's see, I think I decided that I'm going to leave California on the 20th, I think the 20th in the morning. And I'll be heading to Texas for Christmas. And from there, I'm probably going to like hover around Texas for a while. Um, just to kind of look around because I've been to Texas, but I've not really like looked around as a place like maybe I want to get like a little piece of land or possibly get like a little place of my own. Um, it like, I'm not gonna be doing that right now in terms of getting a place, but I wanna look around to see if there's a place where I would feel comfortable so I could save up my money and, like, figure that out, like, get a little plan together. Um, Rancho Santa Margarita, Mission Viejo. Oh, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Also, we love Ivana, 2 Sisters and a Cocktail as well. She's one of my best friends. Hey Brad from Corpus Christi. Awesome. Hey Angie, welcome. Everybody welcome Anne. She's new here. Awesome. Welcome. Hey Gerald from Manitoba, Canada. Very awesome. Kenny says there is land for sale in my area of Texas. Oh, cool. That's really awesome. I'm definitely Texas is on my list of places that I would probably settle down. And when I say settle down, I don't know if it's the same for other people. When I say settle down, I just mean having like a little space of my own when I want to like get off the road for like a few weeks or a month. I don't mean like settle down, never travel again. Because I have like a nomadic spirit within me. So I'm still wanting to travel. I still want to do things, but I do want to have my own spot. I know I've talked about this plenty of times, but for those that are new, I want to have my own space because currently, right now, if there's like a problem with my van or an emergency, or if I just feel like getting off the road, the only place I have to go is my parents' house. And I'm almost 50 years old. So I miss having my own spot, my own place, a place for my things, the very few things that I still have in my life. I just want to have a place that's mine. So that's why the next year to 2 years is going to be definitely me focusing on getting a space that's mine. So if I want to take off a month or take off the summer, I will have a place. So I have a very short list of places that I would probably consider living. One of which is Texas because one of my sons lives in Texas. So, it's a definite consideration. But there's a couple other states that I'm considering as well. Libby says, "Do both your sons live in Texas?" No, one lives in Texas and one lives here in California. So that's kind of a bummer. But I am a California native, but I've kind of just gotten sick of California in certain ways. I still love the beach, but it just seems to have lost its mind when it comes to money. The cost of things is atrocious. It feels very crowded and compact from when I grew up. So it doesn't have the same zing to me as it once did. So I have kind of just been feeling like I want to move to another state. So uh yeah, but my other son does live here. So that's kind of a bummer as well. So I don't know. It's just kind of a bummer when you have kids that live in separate states, and then my mom and dad live in California. So it's always stuff to consider. Hey, Trudy from Mid Missouri. Awesome. Oh, thank you, Grant, for posting that. One thing I wanted to mention about the other channel, the Allison Loves channel, is that I know you guys know that we hit our 1,000 subscribers. We're already at like 1,300. And I had asked you a few weeks back if you guys would, if you had time to just like play some of the videos in a loop or just back to back. And it definitely worked. I know for sure Grant did it because he was like looping those things like crazy every day, just video after video. And exciting news is that we hit the 4,000 watch hours yesterday. So I was like super excited. It didn't take very long. It didn't take as long as it did for this channel when we were going at it. I think just because um, I don't know why. I guess people were just watching the videos. I don't know. But yeah, so it's very exciting news. And thank you guys very much for anyone that participated in that or just anyone that watches the videos over there. It's the other channel, Allison Loves, is a product review channel, and it's kind of an experiment. It's just something like I've wanted to do. I love those types of channels personally. I like, trying out new things. Um, and so it's something I started right before I had my surgery, my hysterectomy surgery. And so I'm just still trying to get used to it. I think there's a lot that goes into having two channels that didn't I mean, you don't know until you try, that I didn't really take into consideration some of the things. And so I've also been having some problems with YouTube as well. I've also been having some problems with Patreon as well. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be Like, I don't wanna just, like, make this announcement right this minute, but I think I'm gonna be moving off of Patreon. So for those of you that are on Patreon, I might just move everything to YouTube, which will allow me to post more consistently for the Munch Bunch, or I don't know what we're gonna call ourselves, the Snack Squad. Um, yeah, Patreon is not ideal. I don't know. I know a lot of people love Patreon. I haven't really loved it. I started Patreon, what, a few months ago, and I just haven't been able to get into the swing of it because it's just another platform. And so I'm trying to figure out a way to provide value for this month on Patreon for those that are already on Patreon. But then I think I'm going to be moving everything over to memberships on YouTube because I'm already on YouTube. It's so much easier for me to post like private content for members on there. So, anyways, don't jump ship right now, but I'm just saying like it's definitely in consideration. So, anyways, thank you, Grant, for posting that link to the other channel. Hey, Laura from Phoenix. Awesome. Hey, Christina Vanderwoman. Welcome to rainy San Diego. Exactly. Uh, Christina Vanderwoman has an awesome YouTube channel. So if you're not already, go follow her channel. Um, I did a video, an interview with her and a tour. If you guys haven't seen that, go watch those because her van is really beautiful, really awesome. Let's see. Do, 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 do. Mm. Hey, Carla from Alberta, Canada. Awesome. Hey, Nature Trail says San Antonio, Texas is a great city. I've been there once, but I didn't stay there very long, so I haven't really explored there. Anne says, hello, I'm in Texas and love it. Yes, everyone that I've pretty much heard that lives in Texas pretty much loves it. So seems good. Thank you, Michelle. Anne says, going to do my first van trip this next weekend. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. I love it. A Vanderwoman. I agree with the cost of living. So true. Hey, Cigar Sailor. Cheryl says, we will welcome you in Texas with open arms, my friend. Woohoo! I love it. Simply C, I would have guessed you were in your 30s. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Um, Allison, have you considered New Mexico? I used to live in the land of enchantment, a lot of desert and small towns. There are pros and cons, but I had a good time all of it. I don't think so, only because so I grew up in the desert. I grew up near Palm Springs. My parents still live in the desert. I used to own a house in Palm Desert. I lived there many years. I still love the desert for the peace of it and the beautifulness of the desert. But I'm kind of just sick of the desert. I don't want to live in a desert environment anymore. Plus, the older I get, I really can't handle the heat anymore. I want to live somewhere green. It's like a dream of mine to live somewhere that has like nice, big, beautiful green trees and just like a nice, vibrant community that's not too like party, but not too like suburban, you know, married with 2 kids and a dog. Like I want it like in between, and I don't know where that place is, but I don't want to live in a desert community. It's just not my vibe. There are a lot of beautiful desert communities, and I'm not knocking them because I was grew up in the desert, so I still have a very fondness towards the desert, but it's just not somewhere I think I want to plant roots. So I don't mind visiting deserts, but I think I really want to find somewhere. That's why I love Georgia. Like, there's a lot of places in Georgia that I just think is so pretty. The Carolinas, beautiful. Even parts of Florida, like by the beach, is beautiful. But I think I'm just ready for something different. But you mentioned I'm sorry, you mentioned New Mexico. On my trip to Texas, I think I'm going to be going through New Mexico. I mean, I am for sure going through New Mexico, so I might, check around a little more, just places I haven't seen. Thank you, thank you. Whoop whoop. I played them over and over. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you so much. Hey, Butterfly Tracks. Thank you. Hey, Mark. Julie says the other channel is enjoyable and funny. I watch over. Oh, good. Thank you so much. Simply sees us Munch Bunch. Sounds good. Didn't know about Allison Loves Just Subbed. Oh, awesome, Mama Mart. Thank you. Thank you, Simply C. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Laura says Flagstaff. And you know what's funny about that, Laura? Uh, I've never really considered Flagstaff, but in the past two, let's see, in the past, not 2 days, like in the past week, I should say, I've had two friends mention Flagstaff out of nowhere. I've never even thought of Flagstaff. No one's ever really talked about Flagstaff. And you're the third person in a week that said Flagstaff. Now, I heard it is a little expensive, but I don't know about that because I've never researched it. But one friend lives here in San Diego, and I just hung out with her on Friday, and she's like, I don't know, I might leave San Diego and move to Flagstaff, which is crazy because she loves San Diego, loves it. And for her to say Flagstaff, it was like, whoa. And then another person had told me, like, oh, I was in Flagstaff for a while and I just loved it. So that's really interesting. So I don't think I've even been there. So I might go check it out. Cheryl says, I love my Texas life. It's great. I've heard that. I've heard from a lot of people that they love it. Sarah, hey Sarah from Connecticut. How are you? Come to New England in the summer. Oh, awesome. I did love New England when I visited. Cheryl said, Fredericksburg is amazing. You would love it. Ooh, I might check that out. I I wanna I kinda wanna live within, like, an hour or 2 of Dallas because that's where my son lives. So, I can get a pretty big radius if I move to Texas. Um, but I don't know what that radius looks like in terms of, trees or deserty things, or I don't really know. And Bob says, "Even though I hate it here, maybe look into New England." So one of the requirements is that it can't be like a place that has a lot of snow. Um, so I think it's gonna have to be like some of the southern states. So that's why I'm kind of like considering, like Georgia, South Carolina, maybe North Carolina, Texas, some of those like southern, southeastern area. New England is beautiful, but I think it just gets too cold for me. San Luis Obispo is beautiful. I love it. Hey, Angel Wings, how are you? Butterfly Track says Florida. I do love Florida. Arkansas is beautiful. I think I would consider Arkansas as well. That I really like. Oh no, I haven't been to Arkansas. I'm thinking of Alabama. I mixed up my A states. I've never been to Arkansas, so that's maybe something I should check out. I've never been to Ohio. Has green trees and green. But does it snow in Ohio and Arkansas? I don't know. I've never been there. Stuart says, I live in the Wombat State Forest. It's very green and peaceful. Come here and you would probably love it. Okay, awesome. Where is that? Where is that? Visit Bucky's when you come to Texas. I have been to Bucky's, Kenny, and it is amazing and awesome. Cigar Sailor, check out Middle Tennessee. Fun communities like the farm are a great place to check out. Ooh, awesome. I've been to Tennessee and I do like it. I would probably consider Tennessee as well. Laura says it's gorgeous. Lots of BLM land, snow, ski, and college town. Uh, Roberto, hey, good seeing you again. I trust you had a great day. Thank you so much. Yes, it was great. Bill Evans, how are you? Greetings from New Jersey. Awesome. Um, no, Ivana, why does anyone know why Flagstaff is called Flagstaff? I do not know. I do not know that. I don't have that trivia. Bill says there's no place like the Jersey Shore in the summer. Ooh, ooh. I did go to the Jersey Shore. Well, I consider it the Jersey Shore because it was on the beach in Jersey on a shore. So it was awesome. Hey, Texan Gypsy, Texas is wonderful, but the summers can be brutal. I mean, I heard that, but I feel like if I'm going to be in Texas, I probably would be inside wherever I lived in the summer, probably not traveling in my van. Um, but I grew up in the desert, so I do understand the major heat. But yeah, I'd have to have a place that has really solid AC. Cheryl says there are plenty of small towns around Dallas that you would love. Ooh, awesome. Doofus said heading into the store to buy ingredients for chocolate chip cookies. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. You have a great day as well. Hey, L Apple Dumpling. It's 53 up in LA, 2 hours away, but windy. Oh my gosh, 53 though. Rebecca says, I was in Flagstaff in September, cannot sleep in your vehicle on city property. Walmart parking lot is owned by the city. Very few places to stay in the city, but national forest surrounds it. Okay, awesome. That's good to know. That's very good to know. Thank you. Glenna, happy holidays from California, everyone. I don't care where you go. I'm going with you via YouTube. Oh, thank you so much, Glenna. Thank you for being here. Okay, HGJ, you can try Ackworth and Kennesaw, Georgia, or you can head about 90 miles north and try Blue Ridge, Georgia. Yes, there's so many beautiful places in Georgia. The biggest only downfall is being so far on the East Coast away from my family. That probably is the only reason why it would deter me from moving there because I really do love it. Every time I go there, I just feel like, oh, it's so beautiful. So I might consider it though. Hey, Carrie, how are you? Happy Sunday. Ale apple dumpling going to be 8 in Big Bear. Oh, that's too cold. Mama Mer, yep, it snows in Ohio. It is a bipolar state. Weather is wacky. Oh, dang, no. I would love to visit Ohio, but I don't think it's for me for the snow. Carrie says, traveling to Arizona tomorrow. I'm so excited to get out of Colorado cold. Ooh, that's cool. Arizona's really nice right now. Oh, Ivana. I don't know why either. I was just wondering. Grant's coming through. Flagstaff derived its name from a flag raising ceremony held on 4th of July in 1876. How funny is that? Boston travelers chose a tall pine, trimmed its branches from the bottom up, and attached a flag to the top in observance of the nation's centennial. How funny. That is interesting. I never knew that. Kenny says, check out Lindale, Texas. Great community. Ooh, that sounds nice. Ivana, well, shucks, Grant. Thanks for doing the research. I was too lazy. Angel Wings, are you wondering a place to get some land or just travel to? Somewhere to get land or maybe even like a small, small house. And I've said it before, but like if I do buy something, it's not going to be a tiny home. I live in a tiny home. And I feel like if I'm going to buy something, it's probably going to be a two-bedroom house. And I mean like, or a condo. I don't mean like a gigantic one. I don't want a big house. I just want something that's a decent size, that I can just go to and maybe have my family come visit occasionally. So I'd like to have a second room. I don't want a tiny home, but I don't want a huge home. I just want something basic. Um, and I maybe it would just start out with a little piece of land. So that's kind of what I'll be doing this coming year is just kind of looking around and exploring different areas to live. So I do have some few things that it's on my list of like it's got to be, not too hot, not too cold, um, not really a desert vibe. I want it to be green. Um, and there's a few other things on my list, but that's basically it. Hey, Dia, how are you? Hey, Seacoke is from Virginia. Virginia was beautiful. So, anyways, the title of this particular live stream was Where Am I Going Next? So, I already told you where I'm going from California to Texas, and then from Texas, probably to the East Coast to just kind of go look around. But I've been talking with a few friends lately, and I think it might be time to start traveling internationally again. I haven't gone anywhere since 2019. Well, I mean, for good reason, because, we all know what happened in 2020. And then during the pandemic, I built my van and then I got into my van and I've been in my van ever since. So uh, I've just been focusing on traveling, in the US. But, so I haven't really been anywhere international in the last let's see, since 2019. So it's been a while. And so I think in this coming year, I want to join up with a friend or two and start going to some places on the map. So I wanted to kind of make this like a little interactive live stream. And I'm going to talk about a few places that I'm considering going. And I'd love to hear if you could like go to one place this coming year, like one place internationally, or maybe you're already thinking about it, like where do you want to fly to? Where do you want to go? And maybe you don't want to go anywhere, and that's okay too. But I'll share a few things with you, and you share with a few things with me. And let me know like if you've already been traveling internationally, or have you been kind of holding off since all the lockdowns and stuff. But yeah, I think I'm definitely at that place where I wanna take some time to start exploring again. I had just basically started to try some international things starting in 2017 is when I started dipping my toe into the international travel. I went to Dominican Republic, and then in 2018, I went to Europe twice. The second time I went by myself for 3 months and went to a lot of different places. I basically was just on my own, trying different places through planes, trains, automobiles, buses. And then in 2019, I went to South America with my friend Angel, who I'm at her house right now. And I was there for 2 months. So when I go traveling internationally, I'm like a slow traveler, a slow mad, if you will. And so I like to travel slowly and experience the different things, cultures, foods, and so I don't go for just like a week or two. I usually try to go for like at least a month. So, I don't know because it does take some money to do that. And even though I'm pretty frugal and I can make it stretch, I have to budget it out and see. But if I'm going to be going with a friend or maybe two friends, then it makes it way less expensive for the lodging. So, anyways, let me scroll up and see if you guys have already started saying some places, and then I'll tell you where I'd like to go. Let's see. L Apple Dumpling, you should join me Wednesday night in Newport for the Newport Boat Parade. I got some great seats, great food. Oh, that sounds so cool. I'm actually going to be back at my parents' house on Wednesday because our family party is on Thursday. So unfortunately, I won't be able to do that. Um, but that sounds pretty awesome. Hey, Sherry, how are you? Angel Beans. Ooh, international. Blessings, Nabob Green. Stuart says, "International, come to Australia, down under." That sounds pretty awesome. I think that's a long flight, though. I heard it's like 30 hours. I could just be making that up, but I think I heard that. Hey, I'm M from Minnesota, waiting for a snowstorm to hit. Oh no, good reason to make brownies and snuggle up with a great book. Come visit in the summer. Love your channels. Oh, thank you so much. Brownies sound so good right now. That sounds so cozy. Hey, Bethany. Yay, been watching your videos. Oh, awesome. Thank you for being here. Glenna says, I want to buy some land so I could put a tiny house cabin on it, rent some lots to travelers, make some friends. Ooh, that sounds super awesome. That sounds super awesome. That's another reason why I kind of want to get a place and settle down a little bit, just so I can like have a little bit of a community where I can make friends and kind of be like, this is where I live. It just feels kind of nice to like have a church home and like know where things are. So yes. Bethany says, I want to live the nomadic life, planning my transition for summer of 2024. Ooh, that's awesome. That's a good like time frame to start planning. I love that. Um, Ivana says, Glenna, that was my idea too. And for Allison and I to live in each of our own next to each other. Yes. Yeah, me and Ivana have talked about that. Like, like living right next door to each other and just like kind of having a little community. That would be awesome. Hey, Shank, how are you? How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Mariposa Travels moving into a camper this week. Thank you so much for encouraging and motivating me to take steps. Oh, awesome. That is so exciting. Oh man, I love it when people are like taking their first leap into, camper life, van life, car life. It's so exciting and it's challenging, but it's so worth it. So worth it. Can you speak any other languages than English? I cannot, but listen, I've gone to different places where they speak. I've been to Italy. I've been to South America. I've been to Brazil where they speak Portuguese. I've been to like Czech Republic. I've been to Hungary. So listen, I've been able to get around. You can just use the Google Translate and just kind of do sign language, just like or charades or whatever, and just get by. So I don't speak any other languages, but I speak just enough to get by, I think. Hey, Ray Ray, how are you? Awesome. Hat down tights. Bard. I know it sounds good. Where is that? Where is that? I love all the weird little places I've never heard of. Ivana says, I want to go to Italy. I've never been to Europe. Oh, you have to go. Italy is awesome. Glenn says, just living in a community of friends and family. We've been, yes. Hey, Crystal, how are you? Bethany says, my house is paid for, no car payment, no bills, and the last kid will be gone that year. I feel overwhelmed but excited. Hey, that's the best way to do it. Get all your ducks in a row, and then you'll be good to go. And could be overwhelming, but it is very exciting. Oh yeah, awesome. Yes, if you'd like to donate to the snack fund, feel free to do so by any of the links that Grant just posted. Never required or obligated, but it does help keep the journey going. So anything is appreciated. But thank you for posting those, Grant. Cheryl says, "How wonderful! I would love to have traveled abroad. Ever been in places I've ever been is the Caribbean and Mexico. Ooh, that would be nice. That would be nice." Glenn says, "I'm excited for you, Bethany. Best of the best for you." Yes, that is so exciting for Bethany. I'm so excited for that. Um, let's see. Hey, Rose, how are you? Oh, something happened. Hold on, it just kind of snapped back and disappeared some of my comments. That was weird. My little comments like skipped up and like I don't know. I lost some of the comments for some reason. Are we still connected? Make sure we're still connected. Going good, Rose. Going good. Oh, Svalbard is in the Arctic. Oh, dang. I'd have to really get serious about like preparing like the jackets and thermals and everything. That would be freezing. Okay, good. Thank you, Rose. Thank you. Okay, so some of the places that I think I'm considering is because I've never been to Asia at all. So I have been considering going to Bali. Um, because it's a place where a lot of people go. It's pretty safe. They have decent internet, so you can work there, and it's extremely, extremely inexpensive. Like you can get like a huge villa for like $500 a month. That's what I heard. It's super inexpensive, especially if you go with somebody and you split the cost and get like a two-bedroom villa. Then it's going to be even less expensive. The flights are probably going to be a little more expensive, but I would love to go to Asia. I've never really wanted to go to China, like, it's not on my list of places that I really care about, but I would like to go to Japan. I've also been wanting to go to the Philippines, Thailand. Um, so those are places those are the other places I'm thinking about, but probably less on the list, and Bali would probably be one of the ones that I, you know, kind of wanna go to first. Um Oh, yeah, don't forget to throw a like on the live stream if you're already on here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. HGJ, my family is from Panama because of the Panama Canal Treaty. There is a lot of English speakers there. It was Spain's primary city for shipping gold. You have to check it out. Ooh, that sounds awesome. Rose says, wait, I'm not going north. Maybe my first great grandchild was just born in Alaska. Oh, I'm not going north. Maybe my first great grandchild. Oh, dang. That's gonna be freezing. Bethany says Costa Rica is fabulous. That's true. I have been to Costa Rica back in 1996 or 97. Little fun fact for those that don't know, I was on a game show back in the day and won the prize to Costa Rica. And it was really great. Hat down tight. Laos is beautiful. I've never been there. The Dirty Knobs, we all speak gibberish as a second language. I mean, that's true. Hey, Amy, how are you? Oh, Dirty Knob says Fiji for me. Oh, that sounds nice. Bethany says Pure Vida, go back. Rose says, I love Costa Rica. The Dirty Knobs, Alaska only has 2 days of summer. Whew. Sea Cocos, I was on the new Newlywed Game. Not the old one, like back in the 70s. I don't know if it was on 70s or 80s, but around the 90s, they had a new version, like with a new host and everything. And me and my first husband, who I was married to, uh, we went on the game show and we won. And it was funny. And I have a copy of it that I've really never showed anybody. I've even searched on the internet, and I haven't been able to find it, but I do have a VHS of it. Um, it was a weird time because my hair looked crazy and it was just crazy. But anyways, that was the game show that I won. Rose says, I love Guatemala too, but wouldn't want to go where we were alone. Okay. Yeah, I've heard of some places where people wouldn't want to go alone, especially like even in like there's certain parts of Mexico that people are like, don't do that alone. Um, so I definitely think on these coming trips that I'm going to be going to, I do. And anyways, I like to travel with people. It's way better than going by yourself. I think everyone's hair was crazy. Those, I mean, honestly, I had that like, I don't have a picture, but uh, I had that like curly perm, like this, like bob, and it was just like kind of behind my ears and like kind of feathered. I was like looking housewife-ish. I mean, I was a housewife, so I looked housewife-ish. I don't know what outfit I decided to wear on that game show. I was like, "Why did you wear that?" Like, when I looked at back at the videotape, I was like, "What was going through your mind back then?" Like, you were on TV, national TV. What were your thoughts back then? And they clearly weren't into fashion, so, that was a thing. This was in the '90s. I don't even have the excuse of having '80s hair on that game show. Poodle head, yeah, really, it's pretty much what it was. It was like a weird feathery curl. So weird. If I can find a picture of it, I will maybe post it up. Um, okay, so that's the first place that did you have a Swatch watch on? Not ba I mean, back in, like, when I was in high school, I did have Swatch watches, but not during the '90s. So that's the first place that I'm thinking of is Bali. The other place that I'd really like to go is London, UK, Scotland, just up in those areas. I've never been there. I've always wanted to go. Um, I don't know what it's like in terms of cost of like staying somewhere. I would imagine it's more costly, of course, because it's Europe. But uh, I think right now the pound and the euro is less than the dollar, the US dollar. I'm trying to think because my friend was telling me about this the other day, and I'm trying to think back. I think she was saying it's just under the dollar right now. So it's, it'd be, if it stays like that, it'd be a good time to go, um, because of the pricing. And I know that getting to Europe, like in certain spots, like back when I was traveling before, flying into Paris was super inexpensive. Flying into Rome, super inexpensive. Dublin, Ireland, super inexpensive. So there's like certain airports that has less cost for you to fly into, and you could get a really good deal. Um, so that's a place that I'd really like to go. I've been wanting, that's been on my list for quite a while. Hey, Matt Z, late to the party. What game show? I was on the new Newlywed Game. Ivana says, "How did I not know that you did a game show? I have to see this video." Yes, yes, yes. We'll talk about that another time. Sea Cocos, Ireland. Would love to go one day. I've been to Ireland. I have been to Ireland and I loved it. I don't feel like I had enough time in Ireland. I think I was only there for like a week and it was just not enough time. So I'd love to go back there. Bethany says, "How long have you lived this life now? I want to do UK for a few months at least." Yes. So I started traveling internationally back in like, I'd say like 2017. I have done other trips in my life, like, vacation type trips, just like vacation. But in terms of like traveling where I would go places and really explore. I started doing that, like, I started with the Dominican Republic. That was more of a vacation though. That was in 2017. In 2018 was the first time I really like dug in and I went to Europe. Um, and 2019 I did South America. And so I was really trying to do like 2 to 3 month spans of certain places to really get to know like certain areas. Um, so I've been doing this kind of travel lifestyle since I would just say 2018 is probably the most accurate. What were you thinking? I have the answer. It was the '90s. I had Kid and Play Flat Top. Oh, dang, that's funny. I want to go to Israel, Norway, and Scotland. Yes. Israel's on my list, but I want to do that in a couple of years when I can really spend a lot of time there and go with maybe a group, maybe like a church group, or I'm not sure, someone that has a lot of information about like where to go and what to do. I do want to go to Norway and I definitely want to go to Scotland. Um, And Rose says, and Ireland. Angel Wings. You should show us a picture of it if you want. Yeah, maybe if I could find it, I will. Maybe I'll take a screenshot of it. Carla says, love to go to Texas. Ooh, yes. Where to, Lillian? Hey, where to, Lillian? I love London and around England. Been twice. So expensive though. That's what I heard. I heard that it's like, you can go there, but it's fairly expensive. So I think I'd have to go with somebody else. Hey, burning up the roads and prepping. How are you? Greg says not going to the RTR. You know what? I was planning to go to the RTR, and only up till like maybe a month ago, I decided not to go because I'm going to be going to Texas for Christmas, and I don't want to drive the 21 hours, 22 hours to Texas, and then drive back to Arizona for the RTR, and then go back east because that's what I'm planning on doing. So, excuse me. So I won't be going to the RTR this year, unfortunately. Yes, I want to do Ireland too. Yes, Ireland was beautiful. The Dirty Knobs. I've been through Ireland. Even the water fountains have Guinness. Yes. Sue YouTube. Would you drive in UK? I worry I'll screw up. I don't know. I would try it, but I think I'd be a little bit nervous. But I'm a type of person that likes to try things, so I wouldn't be opposed to it. But it is definitely a different vibe, and I don't know if I'm coordinated enough for it. Oh, thank you, Grant, for posting that. Yes, if you want to check out the merch for Travel Snacks, there's the link that Grant just posted. We have some shirts, like some water bottles, stickers, tote bags, and there's some new designs in there. So go check it out. Felix says, "Why did you decide to become a nomad? Was there a triggering event?" There wasn't so much of like a main triggering event. It was more so I've always wanted to travel, and I think. Um, as well, I guess maybe the triggering event was my kids getting older and moving out. I always said once they moved out on their own, that I would feel more free to, do things, and that kind of started me off on the foot of traveling. Rose says, "I want to take some girlfriends and drive up uh, Highway 1 into Canada, get on a ferry to Victoria Island, spend some time there, then get on the ferry again." Ooh, that sounds awesome, Rose. That sounds super awesome. That's a great trip. Sue YouTube, what is RTR? RTR is the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous. It's put on by Homes on Wheels Alliance, which is uh, kind of in conjunction with Bob Wells, Cheap RV Living. That's his YouTube channel. And they have this big event in Quartzsite, Arizona every year in January. And it's for nomads and van lifers and car lifers and stuff. Hey, Courtney, how are you? Yes, I'm in my friend's home right now in San Diego. I'll be leaving tonight though. So that's where I am. Yep, the trigger is the kids leaving. Yes. Once these kids grow up and they move out, like you got to do stuff. You got to get out and do what you need to do. Rose says, I just noticed you're not in your van. Maybe I'm not observant enough to travel anymore. No, it's all good. It's all good. L Apple Dumpling. P.S. I still have my Swatch watch circa 1986. Went to look for it. Just found it. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So YouTube, love watching him. Thanks. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Courtney. Carrie says, funny thing, my ex was British, but when we visited England, he was too comfortable and kept making mistakes. So I always drive when we went to England. You get used to it and you're careful. Okay, good. That's good to know. I mean, as long as I know that most people can do it, like, does your brain take over and you just kind of figure it out, or is it just too confusing? I don't know. I would try it though. So that's on my list. And then um, another place that's on my list is Africa. So what I'm thinking, like, it's kind of like edged up to the top of my list is I've never been to Spain or Portugal. So I'm kind of thinking of maybe going to Spain and Portugal. And then I don't know if you fly or take a ferry or something to Morocco because it's, kind of right there if you look on the map. So that could be cool because then I could hit Europe and uh, Africa at the same time, like Spain and, or I should say Spain and Portugal and then Morocco. So all on the same trip. And, once you've already flown far over to places on the map, then, then you're already kind of there. So it's easier to get around. Like when I went to Europe before, it was easier to, take trains and take like short flights and stuff like that because you're already there. So I'm trying to I kind of want to maximize, and I've never been to Africa. at all, and so that's on my list of places I wanna go. There's plenty of places that I'd like to go. I'd like to do a safari in Africa, but I heard that's super, super expensive because you have to have a guide. Like, they don't let you just go into, like, some of these, like, safari places. You have to pay for a guide, like a guided tour. So that's on my list as well. Now these are just preliminary thoughts because I haven't looked at weather. I haven't looked at safety. I haven't looked at like if you need to get shots to go places. Also, I send my passport into the passport office in November. And the lady at the post office told me that it's taking 4 months to get passports back. So that's going to delay me going anywhere international. But I just checked yesterday and the passport office said it's down to 6 to 9 weeks, and if that's the case, then I should get my passport back by the end of January. So if I travel internationally, it's probably not going to be till like April, May, June. I don't know, somewhere around there. Rose says, I like cheap RV living. Me too. Carrie says, I love my Swatch watch. They need to bring back those Swatch watches. They were pretty cool. Joy says, drove in England, but really needed my sister as navigator. Okay, that's good to know. Rose says, the Spain trip sounds good. Yeah, I think it sounds fun. Oh, Switzerland, Ivana. Yes, I do want to go to Switzerland. I've heard that's extremely expensive, though. Bethany says, I want to nomad for at least 6 months to a year US living out of my vehicle or van. I have spreadsheet planning and have been live streaming on another social media platform ready to start making. Ooh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's good to like have a little plan if you can. I love that. I love it. So, yeah, what do you guys think? Like, what would you guys like to see? Like, if I went somewhere and like my plan is if I go in anywhere international, that I would obviously take you guys along for the ride and, show videos of different things like where I'm staying, what I'm eating. Is that something that's even interesting to you? I should probably start with that. Or would you be like, no, you're not in a van, so forget you? Who knows? Some people, oops, sorry. Some people watch this. What's happening with this table? Some people strictly watch van life channels for the van life. So some people don't care. Like when you travel to other countries, some people are like, no, I don't care about that. So I don't know. Graham Willis, I am so glad I got my passport. I got it just to go to Spain. Still haven't gone. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Amy says, yes. Bethany says, show your planning. Oh, that's smart. Okay, I definitely will. Sea Cocus, yes, interesting to me. Rose says, yes. Courtney says, we can live vicariously through. Sue YouTube says, van only. That's fair. Soul, hey, Soul Don, how are you? I'm going to Rome, Italy in February. Come with us. Ooh, I love it. I've been to Italy a couple times to a lot of different places. I've been to Rome twice. It's nice. Grant says, that would be like field trip on steroids. Yes. Glenna says, go to Italy. I've been to Italy, like I said, 2 times. I've been to Rome twice. I've been to Florence twice. I've been to Milan. I've been to Bergamo. I've been to Venice. I've been to, I don't even know. I can't remember all the names, but I've been to a lot of places in Italy. I spent like a whole month in Italy. I've been to the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I've been to Cinque Terre. I've been to the what the heck is the name of that place? It's the Amalfi Coast. I've been to a lot of places in Italy. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I wanted to love Italy the most of all the things. That was always in my lifetime of just always. I always was like Italy was my top place that I always wanted to go. It was like the top place. And I went there and I wanted to love it the most. And it was not the top place that I loved, honestly. I tried to love it. I didn't love it. I didn't. I liked it a lot. There was places I really liked. I think part of it had to do with me being alone and just really struggling to try to figure things out by myself, like, getting on trains and figuring out how to get here and there. And it was very challenging, but obviously I made it. Um, but I do love, I mean, I think the place I liked the most was Florence. It was really beautiful. So there's definitely lots of good places in Italy. Um, so I don't know. And we're going to be wrapping it up soon. So let's see. Amy says, "Inner travel. HJ, absolutely sounds very interesting. Personally, I'm watching you for your journeys." Okay, awesome. Courtney says, "You have a good personality. That is what keeps most people watching, my opinion." Thank you. Rose says, "My passport is so outdated." Courtney says, "So is mine." Yeah, definitely get your passport. If you want to travel, definitely get your passports going because it does take a while now. Hey, Brian, how are you? Ivana says, "We can travel to a country together and rent a sprinter to stay in. It would need a bathroom though." For sure. Yes. Yeah, sprinter would be awesome. Allison loves and foreign lands would be cool. Ooh, that's cool. That's definitely cool. Graham says, "I heard Italy is just really crowded." It wasn't that it was like, I mean, there was places that were crowded, especially Rome. Um, I don't know. I think it was just like there was lots of challenges. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but there was just lots of different things that I had to try to figure out that I wasn't used to. And I think it just made it difficult. I think if I had somebody with me and we figured it out together, it would have been more enjoyable. Hey, Clint from East Texas. Soldan, they speak Italian in Italy, in Rome. Um, There are some people that do speak a little English, but you will definitely wanna go if you go with the mindset that you need to adapt to their language. So I would definitely be pulling out my phone, like, trying to Google, like, Google Translate and stuff like that. So it definitely isn't like a easier way to get around, like, using English. Um Ooh, I wouldn't want crowded. Yeah, I think Rome was probably the most crowded place, I think, for me in Italy. It's just because of like the Vatican and like, all of the beautiful places and people like lots of touristy things in Rome. And so there's, a lot of crowds. It could be a lot of crowds. At least when I went, there was, lines to get in and stuff like that. Thank you, Bethany. Rose says, "I think I just start with seeing the parts of the US and Canada that I passed in a truck, but couldn't stop to see." Oh, yeah, that's a good start for sure. Bethany, your videos have been my motivation to keep making a dream come true. Awesome. Thank you for watching. Jeremy says, "I've been following a guy on Twitch for almost 5 years. He struggled at the beginning for a couple years trying to get his channel to grow, but now he has several thousand viewers to get and gets paid to travel the world as he streams it." Ooh, that's fun. Brian says, "I'm doing good. I watch your videos for a while, and so this is my first time coming to your life." Oh, awesome. Welcome. I love your videos and adventures. Hope you're doing good too. Thank you. Awesome. 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 That's awesome. Chick-fil-A with honey mustard sauce. I like Chick-fil-A too, but I like the Chick-fil-A sauce and the Polynesian sauce. Rose says, "I can't do crowds anymore. I can't even do Walmart, especially this time of year." Oh, dang. Yeah. I'd say if you, well, it also depends on the type of what? The time of year you go traveling. Because a lot of places have peak seasons. So if you go in the peak season, you're going to get a lot more crowds. Like when I went to Pisa, like Leaning Tower of Pisa, it was pretty crowded. Lots of people, like, trying to get that shot of them, like, holding the, tower up and stuff like that. Um, I think it really depends on when you go. Um, but I found that there was lots of places that wasn't that crowded, and it was still very beautiful. So yeah, I would say I'm definitely in the very early stages of thinking about traveling, internationally. And if I go, it'd probably be for like a month or whatever. Not that I'm going to be giving up on my van life journeys at all. And I would probably have some videos still like set up and edited so that I could still post van life videos while I was gone, and also posting like some international stuff just so there's a variety. Because I have so many van life videos anyways, so it's not a big deal to post. But I think it would be kind of nice to just show a different side of traveling. I guess for me, like my channel, um, it is about van life and vehicle living and stuff, but I also don't wanna, like, pigeonhole myself into just only living that lifestyle because this is actually my life, like, I'm actually living in real life. So, I wanna do the things that I wanna do as well, so that includes checking out the world in different places. But I'm still like, pretty frugal, I don't make a lot of money, so it would be probably interesting to a lot of people to see how I kind of budget things out and, um, I think I forget who just said about, like, showing the I think Bethany said, like, showing the planning of how I do it, and this is actually a good time to for me to start, like, writing out the way that I plan. Like, when I planned my trip to Europe by myself, I had, like, a really detailed plan of how I was gonna do it, and I was like, I would, um, do it with, like, well, this was back in 2018 when Airbnb wasn't so crazy. Airbnb has lost its mind in its prices, but back then you could it was very difficult, but you could find something for around $50 a night, and some would be, like, a little higher and some would be a little lower. Like, I sometimes found places for, like, 35 or 40 a night, and so some would be, like, 70 or 80 a night, sometimes a little higher. So I would average it out and it would be about $50 a night, and so that's how I was able to do it. So I could show like different things about how to get like better flight deals. I'm not like a guru or anything, but I'm I'm able to just like think things through and make a good plan. I'm a very good planner when it comes to traveling. So I think that might be good to show like how I would, do that. So anyways, that's just something on my mind. Um Currently, $1 US is 0.82 pounds sterling and 0.95 euro. Yes, that's exactly what my friend was saying. So it's a pretty good time to go if it stays that way. Cheryl said, I met the sweetest couple from Gibraltar in a cruise and always wanted to go to Spain in that area. Oh, awesome. Hey, Tracy, how are you? Rose says, right? Cities don't really interest me so much. Yes, exactly. Um, so it's funny because I just wanna encourage anyone that's, like, nervous about traveling in terms of, like, not knowing where to go or whatever. Um, I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't know where a lot of things are. I'm not really good with, like, the map in terms of where things are. Like, even when I was like, "I wanna go to the UK," and I'm like, "It's in Europe," and I'm like, "Is it in Europe? Like, is that its own continent?" Like, I have no idea. I'm not really great at it. Like, before I ever went to Rome, I didn't even know where Rome was. I'm like, "Where is Rome? Is that, like, in Greece?" Like, I have no idea. So, you know, I don't know. Like, I didn't know Gibraltar was in Spain, so you don't have to know everything. You just learn along the way. And like as I was going along and going places, I was like, "Oh, like I didn't know this was." It's kind of exciting because you learn things as you go. You're like, "Oh, that's why people call it that. Or that's why it's called that area or this or that." And you just learn as you go. So don't let it stop you if you're not like a whiz with the map or geography or whatever like that, because you just figure it out. Like I was already over in South America, and my I didn't have a plan to go to Brazil. I always thought that Brazil was, like, too big and mighty for me to go to because it seemed like a major place and really, you know, popular, too many people, and I met some people along my journey, and they were like, "Oh, you should come to Brazil," and I was like, "Okay," and so, like, a month later, I met up with them in Brazil, and it was awesome, and it was, like, such a wonderful experience. I didn't know where Brazil was on the map, I didn't know anything about it, but as I was on my journey, I just, kind of made some decisions to switch up. So you don't have to know everything is what I'm saying. You can just I mean, obviously be safe, but you can figure some things out on the journey. Jeremy says, "Would you ever consider streaming on Twitch as you travel? You have to buy modems and some other stuff to stream that live." I don't think so. I don't think I want to put my efforts into another platform. I'm already having like a little bit difficult time like trying to, piece together different platforms. And I think I'm just kind of focusing on YouTube for now. So I know Twitch can be super awesome, but I think I'm going to just focus on YouTube. Now, I would live stream in other countries on YouTube. So I would do that. Oh, yeah. Grant says international live stream. Yeah. If I have a good connection, I would definitely live stream internationally. Jeremy says most live streamers have a backpack with their modem and camera attached. Oh, cool. Bethany says, "Yes, please." Cheryl T, I would love to follow your oops. Ah, it scrolled back. I would love to follow your adventures wherever you decide to go, Allison. Oh, thanks, Cheryl. Graham says, I saw you were in Santa Barbara, still in California. I'm heading to San Diego for the winter. I was in Santa Barbara and now I'm actually in San Diego, but I'm only going to be here for a couple days. And then I'm going to go back to the desert for a few days or like a week. Um, Clint says Scotland and Ireland are my dream destinations, just beautiful country from what I've seen. That's what I'm saying, Clint. Like all that green, beautiful. like mountain, like cliffs and stuff. Oh my gosh, I love it. Hat down tie. I don't do well in cities. Rural Nordic countries have been my favorite places. That sounds so delightful. Graham says Scotland and Ireland sound awesome and nice locals. Yeah, I definitely want to go to Scotland. That's definitely on my list. Tracy says, I'm good, Alice. Thanks, Allison. Oh, so you are coming to Australia. Awesome. Come to Melbourne. Tracy says, I want to go to Scotland myself. Awesome. Awesome. If I go, I'll let you know. Um, yeah, Australia's on my list, but I don't think it's on my list for next year. Crystal says, good night, everyone. Bye, Crystal. Bethany says, you have been my mentor in a way. It's exciting to see you just as you said. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Hey, Nisha, how are you? Clint says, I'm 6'5". I want to go to Japan and wear a Godzilla costume. Oh, no. Oh, no. Rose says, Texas is great except for the cities. Yeah, I'm not like a big city person. I do like New York though. Like I like to pop into New York and like think I'm like super cool and like a city girl. And then I'll do that for like a couple days. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Um, I don't think I would want to live there long term for sure. Bethany says, I stream on Meet Me now, and I'm just starting with YouTube. Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't think I've heard of Meet Me. We're to Lillian. Yes, I didn't know that Greenland belonged to Denmark until a few years. Well, I just learned that. I didn't know that either. Didn't know that. I'm serious. Like, I don't know a lot of things about this map. Like, I was just looking at this yesterday, and I was just asking my friend, like, where's this? Where's this? I have no idea. I just like look and go, oh, I want to go there. Tracy says, yeah, Australia, a bit of a hike from there for sure. Yes. Clint says, I can second that. Stay out of the big cities in Texas. Yes. Um, do they not teach geography in the They teach it, but I just wasn't ever really paying attention in school. So that's I guess when I was in school, I didn't really think about traveling and I didn't really care. I wanted to be a singer when I was in school, so all I cared about was like being a famous singer. So I guess I didn't really pay too much attention in geography, history, math. I was pretty good at English because I was like a writer. I loved writing and, you know, but I was really into like music. So I didn't really pay attention. Bethany says, when did you start your brand? Well, I mean, I named this channel Travel Snacks, I think back in 2019. So I kind of I loved the name and I loved like the lightness of it and talking about like food and bringing people together and encouraging people to get out and live. So I'd say probably about 2019. It's also when I started living in my car. Apparently not well grant. Yeah. Just a thought of an idea. Allison, in one of your videos, you said you have German ancestry. You can visit Germany and look up your family's ancestry and see if you could find cousins. Ooh, that's cool. Yes, I am part German and part French, from what I understand. Um, I'm also like my grandpa told me he's passed, so I can't verify, but he also told me that I'm also um, Irish and Dutch. But my dad said about his dad who told me this, he's like, I don't know if that's true. Like maybe he didn't know what he was talking about. So I don't know. I don't know. But I do know that both my family sides, like my mom's side and my dad's side, have German and French. So I'm pretty sure I'm like solid on those two things. But that would be a pretty cool thing. Clint says, what do y'all think everyone should she sing a song? I won't be singing today. Heather says, Houston is much more international than I expected, but man, does it sprawl. Hard to earn delivery money there. Oh, dang. Hey, Heather, how are you? I've been to Houston. I didn't love it. I didn't love it, but there's some nice parts. Rose says, social studies has taken the place of shut up, Rose. Thank you, Bethany. Tracy says, I was hopeless at geography on New Zealand, but I'm pretty good with the rest of the world. Oh, that's pretty cool. Team Rocket Hideout. Oh, wow. Did you get wall art in the van? What I miss? No, I'm actually at my friend's house, just visiting. Sea Cocos, gotta go. Good night, everyone. I know, right? If I got like this would be awesome if I had like a whole couch set up and this big giant map. That would be pretty awesome. All right, so I'm gonna get going. My friend actually she had a housewarming party to go to for another friend, so I've just been here editing today. So she's on her way back. So, and then I'm gonna be like, we're probably gonna eat dinner, and then I'm probably gonna head out. So, anyways, we should probably wrap it up for today. Um, Nice. I just got here, missed a bunch. Oh, Team Rocket next Sunday. We'll be doing it live again. I think next Sunday. Yeah. All right. So I hope you guys had a good live stream talking about traveling and hopefully getting some ideas of where you'd like to go. And it's definitely something I'm thinking about for next year. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, van life, international travel, just kind of living the best life possible as a nomad. So hopefully it just gets your wheels turning a little bit, and make sure if you do want to travel to get your passports like set up right now. So I hope, let me read these comments. Let's see. Ballerino 11AA. Is it hard to film your life while traveling? Does it take away from being in the moment? Um, I have to get this shot of, I'm going to take a picture of this and I'll probably answer that on my next Q&A. How about that? Because that's a pretty good question. Oops. Boop. That I'd like to answer in more detail. Awesome. So thank you guys for being here. Nice seeing you. Bye, everybody. Have a great night. And thank you guys for being here. I love you guys. If someone hasn't told you, you are loved and cared for. And thank you guys for being so supportive and so awesome. And I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye for now.